In 2024, 470 Sri Lankan elephants were killed in conflicts with humans. In turn, 176 people were killed in elephant attacks. Elephants are central to Sri Lanka's natural history and cultural identity, but as farmlands expand and forests shrink, people and elephants fight an ongoing battle for shared space with deadly consequences. During my journey to Sri Lanka in May 2025, I encountered this dangerous conflict in nature reserves and rural villages across the country. This is for the elephants, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is a little electric fence that the villagers have put up. Elephants sit at the heart of Sri Lanka's booming tourism industry, but locals often live in fear of these majestic yet dangerous creatures. This is the story of that conflict, how history, land and survival have brought one of Sri Lanka's most iconic species into deadly daily confrontation with the communities around them. So guys, we're just heading out for the day in central Sri Lanka, and we're just on the tour bus. We're with a company called Blue Lanka Tours. Danushka, our guide, is telling us about all the elephants. When you're driving down the road, you literally just see elephants on the side of the road. But he was talking about the human-elephant conflicts in Sri Lanka because there's such a large and ever-increasing population of people in Sri Lanka, and there's limited space. People are claiming the jungles, building more villages and farms, and they're coming into contact with the dwindling elephant population. And so a lot of the elephants are very territorial. They end up effectively fighting with the people almost, and causing injuries, causing deaths, and of course the elephants are a large part of the tourism industry here. They're vital for the ecosystem, so there's a real struggle to get a balance between the human population and the elephant population here. I think we'll be seeing more elephants on this trip, so hopefully we'll find out a bit more about how these conflicts are being managed, how the humans are encroaching on the elephants' borders, as it were, and see what the future holds for the elephant population. On the outskirts of Habarana in central Sri Lanka, the village of Hiriwadunna sits within sight of Sigiriya, the iconic Lion's Rock. A popular stop for visitors wanting to experience traditional rural life, local residents have built an eco-tourism model providing income directly to local families. Sri Lanka is home to an estimated 6,000 Asian elephants. Hiriwadunna lies close to Hurulu Forest Reserve and Minaraya and Caldula National Parks, areas that form part of the elephants' key migratory corridors across the country. While elephants provide opportunities for ecotourism, they often come into contact with villagers and farmers, raiding crops and damaging property. Before we visited the eco village itself, Danushka explained more about the human-elephant relationship in central Sri Lanka.
So these elephants are losing their natural habitat, and their elephant corridors are blocked by people's farmlands, roads and houses. They are putting electric fences. So each and every day we have clash between these gentle giants coming to the farmlands. Then farmers are angry because their crops being damaged by the elephants. So these farmers use brutal ways to flee the elephants. Sometimes they shot, sometimes they electrocute, sometimes they poison. So every day these gentle giants are dying, and every day we are losing man's life because these elephants are getting angry, and they are attacking the poor farmers or village children or women who's traveling along the roads. So every day we are losing lives, either a person or elephant.
Let's go. All right. Hello. How are you? What's your name?
Dhammika.
Dhammika.
Dhammika. Your name?
Richard.
Richard.
Yeah. Nice.
Madam?
Claire.
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 Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Bloody hell. So it's going to fall apart. Oh, banana plants.
Yeah. Banana flowers to make a curry. Let's eat.
Oh, banana curry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Curry,
Sounds good.
salad.
Sounds good. This is your village?
Yeah, Magi.
Your
Yeah.
your home?
Yes. My home is in this area.
Ah, down here. Cool.
It's all the rice farm area.
Yeah.
Ready tea. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Oh.
Are you a farmer as well?
Yeah, farm.
Yeah. You farm rice?
Yeah, rice. Rice and vegetable.
Vegetables? Which vegetables?
Vegetable is onion, chili.
Chilies?
Yeah,
Ah, nice.
farm.
Make some spicy curries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the wild elephants come at night time?
This is a tree house. It's night time is a sleeping. One people farm.
Oh, someone
Yeah.
waits in the
Yeah.
tower to
Yeah.
watch for the elephants?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Do you have trouble with the elephants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The elephants attack people?
wild elephant is government is good. Not is no fire cattle.
Do the elephants eat the rice?
Yeah, eat it.
They come in and eat the rice?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard the elephants like mangoes.
Yes, yes. The rice is
This
this
is
one.
it. Someone waits in that little treehouse watching for elephants. Oh, here we are at the
That
temple.
is the finish, madam.
Cool.
Thank you.
S2T.
S2T.
Thank you. Bye. Is it all like community-based?
Community based.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Okay. So the money that tourists pay goes directly into the village.
Directly into the
Okay,
village.
good.
Keep out the elephant.
This is for the elephants, right?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Ah, so this is a little electric fence that the villagers have put up. So you gotta be careful.
Does it
Yeah.
work?
At
So to watch your
daytime,
head.
no, but for the security reasons, we have to be very careful once we see a bobby like this.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
we can't be sure it is connected or not.
I think
Yeah.
they turn the
Does it work?
the electricity on at night to keep the elephants away. And there were people in watchtower as well around the village who look out for troublesome elephants. Oh yeah, wow, they're everywhere. Almost walked into this one.
For the experience, once they
So Danushka was saying that the elephants feel ahead of themselves with their trunks basically, and they'll get a little shock from the electric fence, and they'll tell them not to continue. So they put the wires, the electric wires around the villages. All right, looks like we're about to take a boat ride across to the other side of the river.
Are there crocodiles in the river?
no.
No crocodiles apparently. This looks like perfect croc territory, doesn't it?
Crocodile.
I would be hanging around here, yeah. It's cool. They've all got these little catamarans that ferry you around. Okay, so this is Hiriwadunna Lake, same name as the village.
Once we need water to paddy fields from this lake, they will release the water. And since these waters have the freshwater fish, and some fishermen are catching up fish here also. So this water tank is playing major part of villagers' life here. And around Sri Lanka, there are 40,000 man-made lakes, because from
40,000.
the ancient time we were an agricultural country, and our main food source is rice. So the paddy or the rice fields needs a lot of water.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the outside of the traditional Sri Lankan houses. Claire demonstrating. More electric fences around this section as well. Do they always prepare food like this, or is this just for show?
No, this homes, village homes, this is what happening. But now this thing has been
Lemon.
replaced by the blender.
Oh, okay. Makes things easier.
Easy and lazy.
Okay, a homemade Sri Lankan feast. It's got jackfruit curry, mango curry, beans, sambal, and what was a spicy sauce. After a feast of Sri Lankan cuisine in Hiriwadunna, we left the eco village to explore more of central Sri Lanka, including Sigiriya. On the road, we encountered elephants grazing in the bush and even holding up traffic. Many of the villagers we'd met have had close encounters with elephants, That's no surprise really. For centuries, people and elephants shared the island's landscapes, with paddy fields, reservoirs and forest corridors sustaining both humans and elephants. Elephants have been part of Sri Lanka's history for thousands of years. In ancient kingdoms, they were symbols of royal power. Chronicles describe armies riding into battle with elephants at the front, their size and strength seen as extensions of a ruler's authority. In Buddhism, the elephant is held sacred. Annual temple processions place them at the heart of religious life. In 2022, a state funeral was even held for Raja, a beloved elephant who died at the age of 75. Humans haven't always treated these giants well. For centuries, they've also been captured, trained, and exported across Asia and the Middle East. During the British colonial period, hunting for sport almost drove them to extinction. Today, elephants are increasingly confined to fragmented patches of forest as whole villages expand into their traditional migratory routes. Conservationists have tried various solutions: electric fences, translocation, and the creation of national parks. Yet many elephants, particularly the males, continue to range outside of these boundaries. Critics argue that fencing only pushes the problem elsewhere, while relocation often ends in stress and even death for the animals. The next morning, we were up early to visit Hurulu Eco Park. We had initially planned to visit Miniraya National Park, one of Sri Lanka's most famous elephant safari spots. These, however, are animals that roam freely. Elephants don't respect human boundaries, and nor should they. Danushka had been told that large numbers of elephants had moved over the past few days, and our best chance to see them now was in Hurulu. Yeah, so guys, we're at Hurulu Eco Park. Now normally a lot of people around here, they'll go to Miniraya National Park rather than the eco parks, but apparently the elephants are all in this area at the moment. So we're going to hop in one of the safari trucks and see if we can find some of these so-called gentle giants.
And I told you that we have 3 parks. The biggest park is the Miniraya. At the moment it is flooded with the water because we have a big reservoir down there.
Yeah.
So adjacent we have the Hurulu National Park. After that, this is the Eco Park.
Just called Eco
So
Park.
yes.
Okay.
So the gentle giants are roaming around these 3 parks.
Understand.
Since Miniraya Park is flooded,
Yeah.
gentle giants now in this park.
Okay. Understand.
Last 6
I
months.
see.
Okay,
So you know all the
thank you.
elephants are here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Right. We found our first elephant.
The elephant.
Wow, this chap's right next to the car.
Isn't it dangerous?
Wow, incredible. Oh, there's another elephant. Did you say?
No.
I don't know, he pointed into the bush.
He did, but I can't see him.
Well, this one's
There's one over here.
close, isn't it?
Oh, I know. Wow, so we've got 2 more elephants here. There's 4 more elephants. Yeah. Oh, 5.
Oh, there's a big hole there.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Off they go. Alright, straight out of Hurulu Eco Park and we're on the main road. Ah, but there's more elephants. So you've literally got elephants here and then tuk-tuks racing down the road. Alright, so we just finished up the elephant tour, and then the entrance to Hurulu National Park. We've got these are genuine elephant skulls. So hopefully that doesn't say too much about the human-elephant conflict around here. Hopefully they died of natural causes. Yeah, I mean you saw from the eco park. There's no fences around here, so the elephants kind of roam free, do what they want, and that of course can cause conflicts with humans and the wildlife. But hopefully they find a balance there. From Hurulu, we travelled north, past farmland and nature reserves, towards Trincomalee, and eventually on to Jaffna. Central Sri Lanka's protected areas demonstrate a central dilemma in local conservation. Protected areas cannot exist in isolation. Elephants do not recognise boundaries, and their survival depends on the health of corridors, like Hurulu, that connect forest patches and reservoirs. Protecting these linkages, while finding ways to support the farmers who live nearby, is key to any long-term solution. Hurulu also demonstrates how tourism has given elephants new value in Sri Lanka's modern tourist economy. Safari jeeps crowd the entrances to national parks such as Minaraya and Udawalawi. These safaris provide income for thousands of drivers, guides and hotels, and have turned elephants into one of the country's most marketable attractions. But tourism is not without consequences. The concentration of vehicles can disturb animals, pushing them into unnatural patterns of movement. In some parks, elephants have grown accustomed to human presence, lingering near roads to be fed by visitors, behaviour that makes them more vulnerable when they wander into villages. Tourism also highlights a deeper contradiction. While elephants inside national parks are promoted as a national asset, those outside are often treated as pests. The revenue from wildlife tourism rarely reaches these rural communities, leaving them to bear the costs of conservation without sharing in its rewards. This imbalance is central to the human-elephant conflict. It could be argued that unless local people benefit directly from the presence of elephants, the animals will continue to be seen as a threat, rather than as part of a shared future. On our way back south, after exploring the north of Sri Lanka, we had one last place to visit: Wilpattu National Park on Sri Lanka's northwestern coast. For much of the 20th century, Wilpattu was scarred by war. The conflict, however, turned this vast natural area into an unlikely wildlife retreat, protecting elephants, leopards, sloth bears, and other rare Sri Lankan wildlife. Alright, it is 5:15 in the morning. It's an early wake up. The sun has yet to rise above the forest. But we're going to head out nice and early to head to Wilpattu National Park, where we could see elephants, possibly some leopards. So let's go. Alright, so this is the entrance to Wilpattu National Park. I've got these nice little four-wheel drive safari trucks. So I'm going to head on in and see what we find. Now this is home to one of the largest populations of rare leopards in Sri Lanka. There's apparently over 100, but it's within a huge area, so I don't know if we'll see one. We may be too late. I mean, it might be largely nocturnal anyway, but we'll see what we can find. First wildlife spotting. Hello guys. Oh no. Now, interestingly, or perhaps heartbreakingly for conservationists and locals and anyone interested in wildlife really as well, this national park was closed for around 16 years during the Civil War. This was all sort of Tamil area, Tamil tiger controlled area, and because they worked as guerrillas, they fought as guerrillas, they largely fought in jungle areas where they could retreat into the trees, into the forest, and not be found by the government forces. So this huge expanse of national park, which has been a protected area for a very long time, I suppose was the perfect sort of ground for an insurgency to hide out and to launch attacks on the Sinhalese government-controlled areas. But it reopens when the conflict sort of died down, and now has again become a sort of hub of ecotourism in the northwest, which is of course lesser visited than areas in the south. I don't think I know anyone that's been to this national park. Everyone seems to go to places like Yala or Minaria and places like that, but this is one of the largest areas. But yeah, it just goes to show the war didn't just obviously affect people, as heartbreaking as that was, but also affected the wildlife conservation programs, nature, and of course the tourism industry. So hopefully all of those things can now sort of rebound in a more peaceful Sri Lanka. Alright, let's go.
Alongside with the Yala, that English named after wildlife sanctuaries. And in 1932 they make it National Wildlife Park.
Okay, so it's been a wildlife
Yeah.
park for a long time.
So even in the King's period or our ancient period, there are no evidence that they have made man-made lakes inside the park. All are natural ones. We can see the waterfalls or these willows.
So is this an area where elephants traditionally live?
Yes.
Like throughout centuries?
Of course.
Yeah.
These are their native inherit lands for these gentle giants.
Right. There's lots of leopards as well, right?
Yeah. Wilpattu National Park is very famous for leopards alongside with the Yala National Park and Kumana National Park. And we do have Sri Lankan black sloth bear.
Black
here.
sloth bear.
Yes.
Like what?
Cool.
Black sloth bear.
Have you ever seen one?
Yes. And it's it's super rare, but on the day, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Have you seen a leopard?
Yes.
Yeah.
If I come 10 times, most probably out of that 10 times, 7 times, there is a high probability of seeing a leopard.
Oh, really?
Really? 7
Yeah.
and 10.
Yeah. Yes.
And I read that the park was closed during the Civil War.
Yes, because it's very adjacent to the Mana area, and time to time the terrorists tries to sneak in through this national park. Once they manage and they kill 13 people inside, a park ranger and army personnel inside the Wilpattu National Park.
Oh, wow.
So at that time, yes, it was closed.
Yeah.
So was this Tamil tiger territory or not?
This is not a Tamil tiger territory, but since this is something like 1,000 square kilometer national park,
Yeah,
so
sure.
the territory is big,
Easy to
so
get
they
to.
can
Hide in
hide.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just spotted some spotted deers. Wilpattu's long isolation during the Civil War shielded the landscapes from the heavy tourism seen elsewhere, but it also meant little monitoring of elephant populations. After the war's end in 2009, the reopening of the national park brought new pressures, with safari tourism increasing rapidly and illegal logging and settlement encroaching on the park's borders. Today, Wilpattu reflects the dilemmas faced across Sri Lanka. Inside its boundaries, elephants are part of a protected ecosystem, but as we'd seen in central Sri Lanka, they move across the park's boundaries. That morning, we wouldn't encounter any of these beautiful creatures. However, Wilpattu National Park is not only home to elephants, it also shelters one of Sri Lanka's most elusive predators, the leopard. Amazingly, we'd soon see one in the forest. So we've just seen a leopard in the bush here in the forest. I don't think the camera is going to show this, but yeah, we saw it.
A leopard. Oh yeah, its head's there.
Can you see it again?
Yeah.
Where is it? I saw it when we first stopped.
To the right of that tree.
Oh yeah, it's moving now. Yeah. So that's it. Oh yeah, it's moving, it's moving. Oh, she's moving, she.
Let's see from here, Mr. Rupert's. These mountain leopards are coming to domestic areas, so people are putting snares and sometimes they shot them. So there are several what we call disappointing ends for these creatures. 4 years back, caught into a snare, a black leopard was killed. So that is very unfortunate because we have to protect these creatures, and community authorities has to work together to resolve the problem. What happened in our hill country, more earlier, around the Horton Plains cloud forest, these uh, leopards are roaming around the domesticated house areas, and they will catch the dogs and the goats and cattle. So then the owners get angry and they will put snares to stop it. Some snares are not for them, for wild boars and the wild animals, but still these giants will caught up in them and lost their lives. So we have to educate our younger generation about this, how valuable these creatures, and to maintain the ecosystem. We have to respect to the nature, and we have to preserve these beautiful animals for the future generations, as well as we earn a lot of money through this safari tourism. So we have to protect them.
So does having the national parks benefit the leopards as well as the elephants?
Yes, because they have a safe place and some space to roam around.
It's about finding the balance, isn't it?
Yes, true.
Have you found that tourism has helped with conservation in general, though, or not really? Or
Yeah, we have two ends. Yes, the money goes to the conservation, and a lot of income in traffic is not good. It's up to with our authorities to balance the situation and aware about the places we can go, alternative places. Then the tourists will decide. Okay, yes, we have to see a leopard, but the other part of the park we have to go not from the main entrance. So if there are people who are willing to take that decision, and what you call ethical and responsible tourism is need from everybody who involves in this industry.
so we just saw a leopard. We got very lucky in the bush. You can literally be like 50 meters away and you wouldn't know it was there. But luckily, the rangers and the wildlife photographers that come in here regularly had seen one that they recognised, and they said he's called an eloma. I'll try and show you. I'll try and show you the footage. I tried to take some on my DSLR as well, but it's not going to be particularly clear. But trust me, an eloma was there, and they recognised him because apparently he's 8 years old and he's got a very recognisable tumour, which is a little bit sad, of course, but there's no way of treating it. But they saw him crossing the road and then going into the bush, and then we saw him several times moving around in the bush. So they're a fairly sizable population of them here in in Wilpattu National Park. Been told that on 7 out of 10 safaris you'll probably see one. So if you get down here and you're looking to see a leopard, it's quite an experience. This is probably the place to do it. Yes, I've been waiting all trip to see one of these. We finally seen a crocodile.
So I can say I'm definitely not going swimming in this one.
That's a good idea.
It's a successful safari trip so far. Surprisingly, we actually managed to see a leopard, which I was not expecting. If I'm honest, I've been to a lot of safari parks where they say you'll see the star of the show, whether it's a leopard or a lion or a tiger, and generally speaking, you don't ever see them. But Wilpattu has come through for us. We've seen not just the leopard, but we've seen the crocodiles, we've seen some deer, seen plenty of little mongoose, and many peacocks, peahens, and what else have we seen? Guinea fowls, and
Yeah, the only thing we're missing is some elephants.
Claire's correct. The only thing we haven't seen are elephants. Another little interesting fact. So when you drive through Wilpattu on safari, you'll see many, there's possibly hundreds, if not more, of these lakes, these natural lakes, and they're called willows. which is where the name Wilpattu comes from. It was named that by the British in 1932 when they officially made this a national park, which means this is one of the oldest officially protected areas in Sri Lanka in modern times. Many centuries ago, the sort of native kings of Ceylon also sort of reserved this as a kind of protected area. It's been largely unpopulated for most of its existence. So, yeah, it's one of the largest and oldest protected areas in Sri Lanka. You're exploring the northwestern coast of the island, then this is an excellent place to get your wildlife fix. So we were just driving back to the main entrance. Just on the side of the road, there's a sloth bear. Sri Lankan sloth bear. These are apparently so rare you barely see them, but he looks really friendly, nonchalant. But apparently they've got razor sharp claws. They could rip you apart if they want to. Now he's just hanging out by the roadside. Incredible! Wow. No, he's had enough. Back into the forest. Alright, so I think, guys, that is what you call a successful Sri Lankan safari. Leopards, and at the end, a sloth bear as well, which Danushka, who is actually trained in forest management and conservation, he wanted to become a ranger when he was younger, but because of the way jobs are handed out in the government, they will go to kind of friends and family of the politicians at the time anyway, so he became a tour guide instead. But anyway, he said that he only sees sloths perhaps once or twice in every 10 trips, so there's probably a 10 to 20% chance of seeing one of those rare and elusive sloth bears, who apparently can be quite vicious, despite the fact they look rather friendly and nonchalant. After an eye-opening safari in Wilpattu National Park, my journey across Sri Lanka was coming to a close. It was clear that it's not just elephants that are under threat from human expansion, but much of Sri Lanka's diverse wildlife is also in danger. The human-elephant conflict, though, is the starkest and most persistent. At its core, the struggle is about land and survival. As forests are cleared for settlements, farms and roads, elephants lose the corridors that once allowed them to move freely across the island. Many are forced to raid crops in order to feed, and for farming families, these raids can be devastating. In response, villagers use firecrackers, shotguns, and sometimes electric fences to defend their land. These are measures which often kill or injure elephants, but the risks for people are just as severe. Every year, dozens of farmers are trampled, trying to drive the animals away. Conservationists describe it as unsustainable for both sides. But the future of Sri Lanka's elephants, and the communities who live alongside them, depends on choices being made now. The question, ultimately, is whether Sri Lanka can find a way for its people and elephants to coexist in a changing landscape. The answer will not only shape the survival of a species, but also the country's relationship with its own history and identity.